Teams that want to be in the top 4 can't afford to lose 4 at home. I don't care who you're playing.
25.
Did they lose 4 at home?
Yeah, I think so.
He's 39, Thiago Silva.
Yeah, I mentioned that as well.
Oh, there you go.
At the end of the day-
That's not a positive either, is it?
Wow.
Well, he's doing all right.
Oh, he's doing great.
It's all right. 25 matches to go, Nedum. What do you
He's got
reckon?
2 goals a day.
So I think they'll be in the Champions League next season, but I think it'll be because you'll potentially be able to finish 5th this year. And I think if you look at it from that context at the moment, is Villa that are in 5th. Villa are doing very, very well. They've won 13 home games in a row. Is this what we think they're going to be doing for the rest of the season? I'm not 100% sure. So I think Chelsea will be in the mix around that 4th and 5th position, but likely finish 5th. And I'll be honest, I'm a Chelsea truther. I think they're good. It's agonising. I think the biggest problem has been not scoring goals, because defensively overall they've been fine. But I think they're going to do it, and I think they'll be 5th and be in the Champions League next year.
But they have to keep that going, don't they? I mean, it's all very well beating a 9-man Spurs and putting this kind of performance up, but the international breaks come at a bad time for them. Right. One good performance against 9 men and one really good performance against the best team in England, the best team in Europe, right? They'd want to play again 3-4 days later and keep this going.
Right.
But that's the big question. Can they keep it going, or are they going to revert back to the team that plays okay and just misses a bundle of chances? Yeah, and Nkunku's coming back. But Newcastle will get stronger. Villa are still strong. Who the hell knows what's going to happen with Man United? So it's not going to be that easy. I don't think they're going to make it.
City still going to win the league? No massive red flags today going forward?
No, I think you have to question when you lose 4 goals away from home. I think you do. I think the biggest question, if I'm is Pep, is the amount of times they gave the ball away is not like them. And this is not the first game this season that's happened. That would be a little bit of a worry. But the biggest worry would be the fact that they did lose it a lot, how vulnerable the back line looked from a side who struggled to score goals, who scored 4 against you. I think those would be the 2 things that would worry me if I was Pep.
Still going to win the treble, Nedum?
Cheers for that, Dan. What I'll do, I'll talk about Chelsea instead. How about that? I think we can say that they've struggled to score goals, but I don't think they've struggled to create chances. And I think that's something which they obviously addressed today, and something which we saw them address on Monday. But City being top of the table heading into this international break, like I said in the last international break, they just lost to Arsenal, doom and gloom. But now they've got a 1-point lead. They've got a home game, a very tough home game against Liverpool next game. But if they win that, then it's 3 points clear of them as well, and they can be looking forward to this tough part of the season that tends to start to define how their seasons will finish.
I'd like to have seen Foden and Doku switch.
Right.
Particularly once Cucurella was booked for that penalty. I know Phil Foden's a tricky customer, right? And Cucurella was pretty clever for the rest of the game, not committing a foul. But just Doku's so direct. I'd like to have seen take advantage of the fact Cucurella couldn't make a challenge. But I get it, Phil Foden on that right side, coming in on his left foot. And, of course, Doku in the second half was booked for a ridiculous dive, was taken off. So that's going to be an interesting one as well, going forward. Doku, Grealish. Because Grealish comes off the back of his best season ever.
Yep.
Has a bit of a struggle at the start with injury and stuff. And all of a sudden, the biggest game of this... Well, one of the big games of the season, and Doku's in ahead of him, so I'm sure that might fire up Jack Grealish.
As Nathan quite rightly mentioned, City against Liverpool will be the first game in the Premier League.